Hello, hello. Welcome to Just Jenna. You have no idea how excited I am that you're here. I'll be sharing the wisdom, questions, and curious little truths I've gathered along the way. From brilliant thinkers to weird memes, from ancient texts to the knowing of nature. Some of what I've learned came from books, some from breakdowns, some from simply paying attention, and some from fumbling through it myself. My hope is that these stories expand you the way that they've expanded me. So maybe, just maybe, you don't have to trip over the same parts of life I did. And if you do trip and fall, it's okay. I won't tell anyone. Hello, my little chickens, my little cutie patooties, my baby bears, my beans, my human beings, my little sweet, sweet sugar snaps. Is a sugar snap? I don't even know what that is. Is a sugar snap? Sugar snap pea? Isn't that a vegetable? I need to stay focused. I really need to stay focused because I have so many things I want to talk about today, and so many of them are not relevant to the topic, right? Like, I want to talk to you guys about my New Year's resolutions and all these things, and I'm trying to keep it contained, keep the container contained. Maybe I'll throw in a couple little anecdotes at the end, but for right now, we're going to keep it moving. You guys, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the host said something that completely stuck in my brain, and it made me think about it for days. It's leading me to create this entire episode. It obviously feels significant to me, so maybe, just maybe, it'll feel significant to you. I don't exactly know if there's like a lesson to be learned or something to be taught in this episode, but I just want to, I don't know. I can't stop thinking about it. So the host was talking about how most people don't pick up pennies. They only want to pick up $100 bills. Okay? He was talking about two types of people. The people that pick up the pennies on the side of the road, and the people that would see a penny and be like, ugh. They would only pick up a $100 bill, right? And at first, I'm like, it might sound kind of stupid. And like, obviously, especially in today's day and age, like a penny isn't worth much. Like, literally look around. Our economy is insane. Picking up a penny almost feels laughable, but I feel like that's the point. Like I was saying, our economy is insane. And so picking up a penny at this point does feel laughable. Like, it feels laughable, like objectively. Like, I could even be like, yeah, we don't even think we make pennies anymore. But whatever, not the point. Point is, I think what's even more laughable to people is the person that actually does pick up the penny. The person who bends down, picks it up, smiles, and thinks, oh my God, my lucky day. My luck. My luck. And we all know this type of person, this type of reaction that I'm talking about. There are people that genuinely make fun of other people that would do something like that. That would go down, pick up a penny. I'm talking literally here. There are people that would make fun of you. And when I heard that, it made me realize something that I haven't been able to stop thinking about ever since. Because I think the people that pick up the pennies and they have this sense of, oh my God, my luck. And then there are people who would never pick up pennies because they're only going to pick up a $100 bill. And they're also judging the people that pick up the pennies. There are two different types of people that are existing in society. And they are operating by two completely different realities. And I want to talk about that. Because some people only respect $100 bills. And some people will pick up the pennies. Those two people are not just making different choices, they're relating to life completely differently. And I want to be very clear. What I'm about to go into, like, this has nothing to do with money. This is not about wealth or success. This is not being financially smart, okay? This is about energy. I'm talking about the energetics underneath these choices, underneath these actions, underneath these judgments or these feelings about, oh my God, I'm so lucky, I just found a penny, or judging someone for picking up a penny. I'm talking about the energy underneath it, okay? It's about the type of person who's impressed by life, the type of person who notices the small things, the daily things, the mundane things, the type of person who allows themselves to feel joy over something tiny. And then the type of person who refuses to, because there are people who are only impressed by big wins, by $100 bills, by outcomes, by things that look impressive to other people. And then there's people that keep picking up the pennies. And I feel like once you see this, once I saw this, I couldn't unsee this. I was clearly able to see every single person in my life and be like, oh, are they a penny person or a $100 bill person? Because the way that you treat small things tells me everything about how you handle the big ones. Because here's the thing. I think you can kind of think about the people that pick up pennies, or think about pennies as failure, right? So here's the thing. Everyone fails. Everyone. You fail, I fail, your neighbor fails, strangers fail, famous people fail. People think you have it all figured out. Those people fail. Failure is not rare, okay? Whoa, come on, Jenna. Failure is not rare. It's constant. Failure is inevitable. And we know this, but I'm so tired of people pretending like they know what they're doing. No one knows what the fuck what they're doing. Okay, we're all guessing, we're all trying, we're all learning as we go. The difference isn't who fails, because everyone fails. The difference is what happens next. Because failure doesn't stop people from building a life. Avoidance does. Failure has genuinely been, this is kind of a side note, I'll circle it back, but failure has genuinely been the biggest gift I've ever had in my life. Not because it feels good, not because it's fun, but because it's taught me things that I cannot learn in any other way. Because when you fail, you learn who you are. You learn who you are as a roommate, as a friend, as a partner, as an employee, as a leader. You learn what environments drain you, what types of people you don't thrive around, what patterns you keep repeating, what skills you're missing. Like failure is, it's rich with information. And that's it. Failure is feedback. Failure isn't the problem. Picking up the pennies isn't the problem. It's shame. It's the shame around picking up the pennies while other people are judging you, that are only looking for $100 bills. It's the shame around not getting back up again and trying again because of judgment. And the people who pick up pennies, they understand this intuitively. They don't shame themselves into the ground when something doesn't work. They ask, okay, what did I learn? And then they try again with new information. They keep picking up the pennies. Now, I grew up in a very small, more conservative town. Everyone is kind of doing a similar thing. Not right or wrong, just an observation I'm making. A lot of people grew up in this area, they stay in this area, or maybe they leave, but they come back and they never really leave. And I'm not saying I'm the only person that's ever left. Okay, there's a slew of people that do. I'm just, again, my own experience is all I got. This is all I got to talk about, my own experience. So then there's me. I've lived in different states, different cities, different countries. I've had so many different jobs. I started a podcast. Hello, I teach yoga in California. I work at a startup. I don't drink. I don't gossip. I still want to get married, which somehow feels rebellious in my generation. Anyways, getting from where I started to where I am now did not happen quickly. It has taken years of daily habits, years of discomfort, years of trying things that didn't work, years of picking up the pennies, people. It honestly was pretty painful, lonely, and you lose a lot of people when you do this. You lose a lot of people that are when you pick up pennies. You lose familiarity, you lose certainty, because you're actively creating a new identity, one that wasn't handed to you by your environment. And most people don't do this, not because they can't, but because it's uncomfortable. And I'm not special, okay? I'm just willing to be uncomfortable for longer than most people. I'm willing to keep picking up the pennies. And I'm recognizing now that the people I'm drawn to, my favorite type of people on this planet are people who keep trying, not people who win, people that keep trying, people who try and fail, they get back up, they try again, they start a business, it doesn't work, they learn, they pivot, they try again, they move somewhere, they hate it, they regroup, they try again. Sometimes you have to move back home, sometimes you have to ask for help, sometimes you feel embarrassed, and you do it anyways. You keep picking up the pennies. You don't need life to look impressive for it to feel meaningful to you. These people, they're impressed by their effort, they're impressed by their growth, by learning. They don't wait to feel confident, they move, and confidence shows up later, and these people build a completely different relationship with life. The people that are picking up the pennies have a completely different, I want to call it like a collaboration with life. Because there are certain people that only will pick up $100 bills for whatever reason. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, right? I'm just noticing I'm picking up pennies, and the people that I'm really drawn to, and the people that I look at and I'm like, fuck yeah, like you got some grit to you. Like, wow, cool. It's the people that keep picking up pennies, even if they're judged by other people for picking up pennies. I hope you guys really am understanding, like I'm not talking about pennies, but I am totally also talking about pennies. Because I think maybe here's just the part that people don't like to hear. I sure as hell, like I don't necessarily like to hear this. Now I do, because to me it just seems like true. But either way, you're going to suffer, okay? Like picking up pennies or only picking up $100 bills, you're going to suffer regardless, okay? Like starting a business hurts. Staying in a job you hate hurts. Being single sucks. Being married sucks. Living in the cold hurts. Living in the heat hurts. Staying somewhere hurts. Leaving hurts. Trying hurts. But not choosing, I think it hurts worse. Because you cannot outsmart life. There's no like pain-free option here. There's no path without pain. There's only different types of pain. So the question isn't how to avoid suffering. The question is which feels worth the struggle. Would you rather pick up pennies and find the joy in that while also knowing that suffering is inevitable? Or do you only want to pick up $100 bills, finding the joy in that, knowing suffering is also inevitable? Do you want to, I don't know, I had someone the other day, he asked me, he was like, well, isn't, like, I want to be in California too, but isn't it so expensive to live here? And I'm like, well, yes, but financial stress is going to follow you kind of wherever you go to a certain degree. Or let's even remove financial stress. I don't even know, but like you can either, for example, come to California, pay more money to live here and suffer because of that reality, but then you'll also have the beautiful gifts of living here. Or you stay in Michigan and you save some money and you suffer and struggle because of the weather that you don't like. But then there's also joy in having more money to do something else. Like, I don't know, it's like regardless, there's suffering, okay? And you don't get to avoid it. So you just kind of got to like pick what you want to do and know that there's struggle anyways. And I feel like when you kind of are in this, do I pick up the penny? Do I keep walking? Do I wait for the $100 bill? Do I quit this job? Do I start my own business? Do I work a 9 to 5? Do I leave this partner? Do I start something new? When you're kind of in that fork in the road, I want you to try something. Imagine your life is a movie. There's an audience watching your story, and you're standing there, you're kind of like stuck. You're overthinking, you're afraid to choose. What would the audience be screaming at you to do? Quit the job. Tell them how you feel. Move out. Try again. Like, what would the audience be screaming at you? Because you already know. The choice that probably scares you a little bit is usually the honest one. That's at least for me. And whatever the choice is, no matter what the audience is screaming, like, it's gonna suck. But the other options suck too. But there's one that moves the story of your life forward. And that's what you have to choose. Because life is so hard. But life is also so fucking beautiful. And these two things, they're not a contradiction. Because reality really is what you make of it. Not because you can control everything, but because you get to choose how you meet what happens. You don't need life to stop. You don't need fewer problems. You just need the ability to pause, to learn, to adjust, and to keep going. Because a meaningful life, I think the reason why this story is sticking out to me so much is because I have found, and again, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, I have found so much meaning in picking up the pennies. I have found so much meaning in my life by trying again, by failing, by following my intuition and being wrong and being right. I have found so much meaning by the mundane daily things that I practice. Perhaps there's another reality where I would find so much meaning in not picking up pennies by only picking up $100 bills and by not really playing around in that other reality. I don't know, but I know that I'm the type of person to pick up pennies, and the type of people that I really just genuinely fuck with are people that also pick up pennies. Now I'm talking about this literally and metaphorically speaking. Because I've been around people who would stick up, scrunch their nose and kind of judge me for picking up pennies. And now, again, I'm meaning that literally, but also metaphorically speaking, people that judge you for trying to start a business and it failing. Those are the type of people to me that are not willing to bend down and pick up a dirty penny. But you have to keep trying to understand something about yourself. A meaningful life isn't built by avoiding failure or by avoiding picking up the pennies. It's built by responding to life. A meaningful life is built by how you respond to life. How you respond to a penny. Oh, do you feel lucky? Do you feel excited? Do you feel like your relationship failing is a failure and you're pissed and you feel shame and you're gonna recoil in your room and never speak to another person again? Or do you look at it as wow, what a gift. What a gift this is. And allow that failure to teach you something. Because this is also something I'm learning. Everything in life is either a blessing or a blessing in disguise. You either know it immediately that it's a blessing or it's a blessing in disguise that you only know down the road. But either way, everything in life is a blessing. That's at least how I look at it. So pick up the fucking pennies or don't, whatever. I want to encourage you to pick up the pennies. And if there's people that are judging you for picking up the pennies, flip them the bird. And keep picking up the pennies, because while you're picking up the pennies, you're going to find other people that are also picking up the pennies, and they're pretty fucking cool people. Let failure teach you shit and keep trying. Okay, I think that's really all I have to say. TBH. TBH. I don't know, it just really stuck with me because I feel like I could just see and understand this metaphor very clearly. I have no idea if this was clear for you, the audience, the viewer. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Regardless, here we are. You guys, I think I did have some personal things I wanted to talk about, but I think I'm kind of going to save it because, shocker, I think I'm going to be able to articulate myself better and kind of talk about some more universal things my next episode. And a lot of it has to do with decision making and choices and discipline, motivation, self-talk. Because I think I've cracked a code. If I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I think I've cracked a code. And obviously, if I crack any type of code, I'm going to share it with you, because anytime I can reframe something in my life that makes it feel lighter and easier to get through, I feel like I must share it on the mic, because I don't know. Call it a compulsion. I don't know. I just feel like I need to do this. But anyways, you guys, my little cutie patooties, my little baby bears, I think that's all I have to say. I think that's all she wrote. Anyways, thank you guys for listening and tuning in. Again, literally can't even believe people listen to this. Can't even believe it. Absolutely shocking. Blows me away every day. Do you guys even know, when I say see you next Tuesday, do you guys understand that it's a joke? Like the see you next Tuesday thing. Do you guys get it? Because I don't just say like see you next Tuesday because like I post on Tuesdays. Do you guys get it? Anyways, I'll see you next Tuesday.